my name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master, spiritual coach, and an intuitive tarot card reader. And through the work I'm doing here on YouTube, as well as Instagram, TikTok, and my own website, odessamal.com, I deliver messages to you that will help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. And today is a very special reading. This is a collaboration with the incredible Alyssa, the reader behind Celtic Fairy Tarot. If you have never seen her work before, you are in for a treat. She is an incredible reader. She has such a beautiful soul, and her guidance is always so healing and helpful. So when you're done here, definitely go and check out Alyssa's half of this reading and wish her a happy birthday. Today is her birthday, and I am wishing you a very happy birthday, Alyssa. This has been such a treat for me. Thank you so much for working with me. And in today's reading, I am going to be looking at what your inner sorceress is conjuring, and Alyssa's going to be looking at what your inner alchemist is healing. So make sure you go and check out her half as well. So to match Alyssa's traditional 4 piles, I am also going to be offering 4 piles, and I only do 3 normally. So this is an extra bonus treat for you guys. So to start off with, pile number 1 is partnered with this amber candle, and there is an assortment of different crystals here. I've got some orange calcite right here. There is some honey calcite paired with some carnelian, as well as some red jasper. So that is for pile number 1. And then pile number 2 is partnered with this black candle tied with the purple ribbon, and there is a large shard of black kyanite here as well. And then pile number 3 is partnered with this sage bundle with the dried lavender, and there's also a little piece of mirror for pile number 3. And then finally, pile number 4, there is a bundle of Palo Santo. This is dried Queen Anne's lace. And then there is this little adorable selenite stick. So I'm going to give you guys a second to select your pile. I'm going to give you a close-up of the items and the cards in just a moment, and I will see you at your pile. Hi, pile number 1, welcome! So you picked the amber candle, and just in case you missed the intro, I want to let you know this is a special collaboration with Alyssa from Celtic Fairy Tarot. And I'm going to be looking at what is your inner sorceress conjuring, and Alyssa's going to be looking at what is your inner alchemist healing. So make sure you check out Alyssa's half of this reading, and definitely wish her a happy birthday. Today is her birthday. So let's find out what your inner sorceress is conjuring. So the first card you got is the fault line, then the world, Eponia, wise leadership, the manatee, accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it, the Knight of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, stability, and One Enchanted Evening, the perfect night. All right, okay, so pile number 1, what you are currently conjuring is a brand new beginning, and it feels to me like you may also be conjuring a brand new love interest. There is some strong energy of change coming through, and I feel like you're going to be graduating from possibly a karmic cycle into a whole new cycle in your life, one where you are going to be seen as this wise leader, where you embody this goddess energy that Eponia holds. This is very exciting. So let's backtrack here for a second. So first of all, it feels to me like you are possibly on sort of shaky ground right now. I definitely feel like for many of you, this is to do with relationships. But of course, all of the messages that are coming through could actually be talking about friendships. It could be talking about family. It could be talking about even your career, where I'm obviously seeing a love connection here because of this Knight of Cups, but this could be a new best friend. This could be a beautiful relationship with chosen family that comes in, or a healed relationship with a family member you're estranged from. This could also be the perfect job, or getting a position with the perfect company, working with the perfect team. This is definitely an energy that is going to be bringing in a lot of love into your life. Now, I'm going to continue to talk about this predominantly as a love connection, because that is the strongest energy that I see coming forward. So the Knight of Cups is probably the most traditionally romantic of all of the court cards in tarot. I see this particular individual as someone who is going to go out of their way to create romance and desire in your life. They will come in and sort of sweep you off of your feet. Now, I think currently you might be in a situation where either you're in a relationship right now, or you're just out of a relationship that is on rocky ground. Things have been quite difficult. There has been fighting, and it caused you to feel very sad is the energy I'm getting. Really sad, distraught, feeling like there may not be somebody better for you, or you may not want to release this person. The fault line is talking about building your life on sort of a faulty foundation. This is the faulty foundation. It's sort of built before the tower falls. It's kind of like, pressure cracks, where you have a certain expectation of how things are going to work out, and maybe you're with somebody who really isn't on the same page as you. They may be saying that they are, and in their heart of hearts they may wish they were, but ultimately I feel like you're dating someone, or you're connected with somebody. It could be a job, like I was saying before, it could be friends that are not able to meet your needs. And I get the sense that you're doing a lot of compromising to try and get yourself to a place where you're happy, but you're losing parts of yourself is the energy I'm getting. I feel like you've been compromising to such a great degree that you're losing some of the fire and the spark that's naturally within you. Aponia is a goddess. She is a Celtic goddess. She is connected to horses. And I think of horses as being so strong, and they are able to carry such heavy burdens, but their natural state is to be wild and free. And they work really well in collaboration and in community. I feel like that's your energy. Like you are a social butterfly is the energy I'm getting. You work well with other people, but whatever's been going on, whether it's in work or romance, you have a lot of weight on your shoulders, and I don't think that anyone has been trying to make things easier for you. I just heard that, in fact, they've been trying to make it harder for you. And this is card number 5. And then number 5 in tarot does talk about conflict. And I feel like you've just been trying to create stability in your life. But the only way for you to get to a place of stability and potentially get to this like end goal where you have some romance or some fulfillment, a feeling of love in your life, is to allow this cycle to end. And that can be quite scary, because if you're in a relationship that might require you to break up with this person and walk away, or to accept the breakup and start to heal and move forward, it could mean that you're being guided to move away from a company that is toxic in nature, or move away from friends or family members that are really breaking you down and passing blame is what I'm getting. Like, they are deflecting onto you. They're basically saying that everything that's going wrong is your fault. And I think that ultimately they have a lot of healing that they have to do, and you can see that in them, and you have empathy for them. But I think you're at a stage right now where you're hoping that the situation is going to change, and the only thing that we have control over, really truly, is ourselves. And that can be really hard to accept, but it's the absolute truth. And you may need to just change the dynamic of this relationship. I would say that if you're in a romantic relationship, it's time for you to start really leaning into compassion and empathy for yourself and listen to your intuition. The manatee is an animal that is directly connected to strong intuition and magic, because in tradition, it is thought that sailors would see manatee and they thought they were seeing mermaids. So there's a direct connection between the mythology of the mermaid and the manatee. And mermaids are also known as sirens. You have this beauty and this charisma and this glow about you that can really lure people in. And you may be dimming your light to fit in, and it's time for you to start shining out. It's time for you to step into the power of the world, where you have completed a cycle, right? The Wheel of Fortune, the old karmic cycle has ended, and you're stepping into all of the new gifts and skills that you're gaining with the conclusion of that cycle, the world being the abundant new beginning of the next cycle. And I feel like there's going to be a situation where you have some perfect night where you're going to be meeting up with this person. Now, depending on, like, the word night just really stood out to me, because of course this is a night, right? As well. It's just the spelling that changes the meaning. Yeah, you might be going out to an event and you're going to meet this night, and obviously I feel like it would be in the evening. So this is really exciting. I want to get a couple more cards and find out sort of like, what are you missing? Because I do get the sense that you're kind of on board, like maybe not on board. That's probably the wrong way of describing it. You're aware of what I am talking about so far. But what are you missing? Oh, there's one card missing. What is pile number 1 missing about this situation? What is it that they're not? Okay, let's see. So you got the domination card. So I definitely feel like there is an influence external to you that is really trying to have control over you. So this might be a person. It could be a system. This could be self-limiting beliefs, but it definitely feels like it's somebody outside of yourself. And you did get the authority card. So this maybe is somebody who's in a position of authority. That could mean that, you know, you're in a partnership with somebody and you aren't currently working. You're staying at home and they're working and they're calling all of the shots, and ultimately you're not very happy, or it's your parents, or it's your boss. But I definitely feel like there is some domination that's taking place here. Now, this is card number 9. This is card number 10. And then we've got card number 11. And so I really feel like you're close to the ending of this cycle. Obviously, that's come through a number of times. But I think this is the idealism card. I think you're a little bit stuck on the vision that you have in your mind. I feel like your intuition is telling you that you're going to have a beautiful relationship or you're going to have this brand new cycle, and you have convinced yourself that the only way to get the outcome that you want is to have it come through with the person that you're with or with the job that you're currently in. And Spirit wants you to know 100% that that isn't the way it's going to come through to you. This is the testing ground, is what they want me to say. This is the opportunity for you to shift your vibration, to release anything that makes you feel negative about yourself, any of the chains that are being placed on you by other people, and start to really see yourself as the prize that you are, and start to prioritize what you need. You're very generous with people. This is the generosity card, but it's also number 5. You are generous to a fault, where you give so much of yourself that you have nothing left. And I think that you've been around people that have great qualities. I do think there's a reason why you're attracted to these people, that they haven't healed. They haven't figured it all out, and they may not be aware, but they cause harm. They cause damage to other people, specifically you, because they're putting all of this weight on your shoulders and not giving anything back. They really take you for granted, and you bring a lot of order to their lives, but now it's time for you to bring order to your life. The order card has the moon on this card as well, and it also has Virgo. You have to lean into the beauty that you are and start looking at your own shadows, and that can be really scary. It can be really overwhelming, but it's going to bring you balance. This is the card number 6. And you, I think, have gotten into a habit of possibly, like I was saying before, like you are hiding your light to a certain degree. There might have been a time where you even had sort of maybe not a clear picture of who you really are, and I mean physically. I get the sense that you're a really beautiful person, but you don't see your own beauty because you compare yourself to others, and maybe you're comparing yourself to what the media portrays, which is like literally one version of beauty, and it is so boring. It's so boring. I'm so tired of seeing the same kind of beauty over and over and over again. And I'm so grateful that we have platforms now where people are able to create their own content. And I know that sometimes the algorithm still wants to sabotage us and show us the same things over and over again, or deliver content to us that will get us to react. But if you can see that as the manipulation, that's part of the same energy you're being asked to release. You can start to work towards seeing your own beauty and put yourself out there. I get the sense that you're a little bit different and unique. You got the ostentation card. Let it shine out. More is more. Wear the dress that you've been hiding in your closet. You know, put the makeup on, do the hair, dress up, even if it's just for you. Do those things for yourself and step into your Venus energy and start working towards the things that bring you fulfillment. You are in a place right now where I think you're troubled by that. There might have even been this sort of blockage for you when it comes to abundance and wealth, because there is Saturn on this card. And so you may have felt like that's greedy, or it's overindulgence, or, you know, there's something wrong with, you know, wanting to feel beautiful. And that is part of this blockage that you need to release, because there's literally nothing wrong with feeling beautiful, showing your beauty, wanting beautiful things. There's only something sort of flawed with that when we are so indulgent in that it's destructive, either to ourselves, others, possibly the environment. That is too much. And it's also destructive when we define ourselves just by those things. But if you know who you are and you feel amazing, whether you have money or not, there's nothing wrong with having the beautiful things that bring you joy and fulfillment. So let me get you a couple of cards of some advice that your guides would like you to know. What can pile number 1 do to get into the energy of the world and start this brand new cycle where they connect with this brand new person or this new opportunity that's going to be so fulfilling to them, bring so much love and I think some romance too. Let's see what you've got here. Okay. Oh, you got the Fool. Yes. You have to embrace the energy of the Fool. And the power of the Fool is being willing to allow spirit to lead you. Allow your intuition to guide you. And it's terrifying. I can speak from experience, where you have no idea necessarily where this is going to take you. And there can be a lot of fear associated with what is going to be next and how you're going to pay your bills, or, you know, how are you going to find a new job, or, you know, what if you end up being alone forever? Of course, there's going to be another job. Of course, there's going to be money that comes through to you. And of course, you're going to find love that's long-standing and fulfilling. But first, you need to learn to surrender. You have to learn to trust your own gut instinct. That is step number 1. And then you got the Goof of Cups. This is talking all about miracles popping up out of the most unexpected places and finding them because you're listening to your intuition. There's going to be an increase likely in your psychic abilities. Now, you may not define psychic abilities, you know, as that. You might never use that term to describe yourself. You might just think of yourself as having a strong sixth sense. Same thing. It's totally okay. I don't care what you call it. All I know is that you have this gut instinct that's leading you in the right direction. And you also got the 3 of Swords. So it's time for you to accept that throughout this change, there might be a little bit of pain that comes along with this. Sometimes it can be very painful to allow one cycle to end because we are having to say goodbye to possibly people, but we also have to say goodbye to old dreams or an old version of ourselves. And it can be scary when we don't know what the new version of us is. But I know that the new version of you is going to be somebody that you, if you knew everything that is to come, you would be rushing towards it. So who are they becoming? Ooh, who is pile number 1 becoming? Oh! One more card. Who is pile number 1 becoming? Oh, we got, talking about a fair and even trade. It can be talking about connecting with somebody from the past even, but this particular artwork, and Dang Olson, who created this deck, specifically wrote in his guidebook that he connects this to fair and even passion, where the love and passion that you give to another partner, both in and outside of the bedroom, is equal, that you're both satisfied. You got the 3 of Pentacles. There's going to be teamwork, collaboration in this next phase of your life where I already mentioned that you like to be working with other people. You like to be surrounded by other people, and you're going to have that opportunity more and more and more. And it might be through one of those collaborations that you meet the love of your life, the lovers, as well as the 6 of Wands, victory, public recognition. This isn't just going to sort out the problems in your love life. This is going to be sorting out problems in many areas of your life, but it just requires you to have some faith and courage. Remember, you have the energy of Aponia within you, this warrior goddess. You're the wise leader. So let me find out basically what is going to be taking place once this energy starts to shift. What can pile number 1 sort of look out for? Oh boy. I'm going to, that was powerful. Okay, they want me to take these after all. Okay, let's see. What did you get? A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Wow. So the energy is, when it starts shifting and changing, it's going to be fast. This is going to be rapid change for you. You got the energy is gaining momentum. Yes. Things are about to happen for you. Oh my God. You're very close to achieving your goal. I can see why they wanted me to grab those cards, even though I didn't want to take them, because when they spray out like that, I don't know which is meant to be kept in, which is meant to go back in. Final card. Take time to breathe out. Yes. Give yourself some time to possibly go into hermit mode a little bit, right? Give yourself an opportunity to rest, recuperate, relax. Think about creative projects. Think about what brings you joy, what brings you order, what helps you to feel fulfilled. Do things that make you feel beautiful and abundant. Don't think about, what it is costing you. Unless, of course, that is destructive, right? I trust that all of you guys know what is right for you. All I'm saying is that if you have trouble spending money on yourself because there's something inside you that makes you feel like you're not worthy, I'm encouraging you to push back against that, because you are more than worthy, my friend. And the universe has so much in store for you. I am so excited for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to know what your thoughts were on pile 1. You can leave me a comment in the comments section. If you like the reading, give it a thumbs up. That really helps me. And you could share it if you really liked it and you know someone else that might be interested. And definitely check out Alyssa's half of this reading. And if any of you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, you can go to my website, odessamal.com. All of my services and booking information is available there. I do tarot card readings, spiritual coaching. I do channeled messages from your guides, past life reading, and I also do Reiki. So if you have any questions, there is a form on my website, so you can go over there and you can contact me at any time, and I would be happy to fill you in on more of what I do or answer any of your questions. And I hope that you guys have an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 2, welcome back. So you picked the black candle and the black kyanite. And I want to let you know, in case you missed the intro, this is a special collaboration with Alyssa from Celtic Fairy Tarot. I'm going to be doing What is Your Inner Sorceress Conjuring, and she's going to do a reading on What is Your Inner Alchemist Healing. So make sure you check out Alyssa's half of the reading and wish her a happy birthday, because today is her birthday. So let's find out what your inner sorceress is conjuring, pile number 2. First card you received is the Healer, followed by the Knight of Swords, Temperance, Bridget, Creative Spark, and this is card number 8, and then Hera, Alliance, and that is card 21, and that reduces down to the number 3. And then Grouse, express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. Mountain Goat, there's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. The Tower, 7 of Coins, Fire, and Goddess, healing feminine energy. Oh, wow. So pile number 2, there is definitely definitely a great change that's going to be taking place for you. And I feel like you can feel this happening and you are a little afraid about this change that's going to be taking place. The tower is indicating that there is going to be a shift in the energy that takes place in your life. The tower can come in two different forms. It can be an energy that brings in a lot of positivity and an energy that brings in a lot of change that can be painful at times. But this card is talking about a great shock. Now, I feel like you've already started to sort of feel the rumblings of this change that's going to be taking place in your life, and you are feeling sort of reluctant to go forward with this shift and change. Possibly there's some fear associated with it, but you are actually creating this change. You have actually asked that the universe bring in the tower for you, because I think that you have some goals and dreams that you want to achieve, that you've been diligently working towards. With the Seven of Coins, that's talking about you working towards your objectives. But I think that you're not necessarily realizing that to get to the end goal that you want, you need to be willing to let go of anything that doesn't fall into alignment with that vision that you have. And I think that what you want is to have some sort of fulfillment in terms of a creative endeavor. Maybe this is a situation where you want to be able to sustain yourself by, living off of your art, or you want to start your own business, or you want to be able to fill your life with more creativity. For some of you, I think that you want to go into music and have a career in music, or possibly dance, because of the Grouse card talking about both drumming and dancing. And I think that you also want to be able to work with other people. You want to have alliances with other people that are high caliber quality people. Hera, very powerful goddess. She's the wife of Zeus. So you likely want to connect with people that really are at the top of their game. They really have gotten to a level of leadership and success that is enviable. But the universe is trying to tell you that there are still some aspects of yourself that are out of alignment, out of balance. That's what the mountain goat is talking about. And for you to get the balance that you need, the Temperance card, in the physical world, you also have to get that balance in the spiritual and the emotional world. That is why the angel on the Temperance card always has one foot on the grass, which is a symbol of our physical life, everything that we're doing in the real world. But then also one foot in the water, which is a symbol of our intuition and our emotions. And you got healing referenced twice. You've got the healing card as well as the goddess card that talks about healing feminine energy. And there are snakes depicted twice. First, you have the fire card which also has a serpent on it. And then you also have this healer card with the three-headed snake. So there's probably three elements of your life that need to be healed, because on the goddess card, there's also this depiction of the triple moon, which is the maiden mother crone, going back to that feminine energy. And then I also mentioned that Hera is card number 21, which reduces down to the number 3. So there are three aspects of your life. Now, like I said before, it might be the spiritual, the emotional, and the physical aspects of your life all need some tweaking. Fire is a symbol of regeneration, right? It can be very destructive. I've given this example before, but I just love it, and I feel like it really explains this concept beautifully. In old growth forests, where there have been the same trees growing for eons, we have a lot of density, and a lot of the young saplings can't ever germinate and really like grow to any great strength because there isn't enough sunlight that's able to reach the forest floor. Then there's also disease, and there's invasive species and different insects that eat away at those old growth trees. And fire comes through, and it not only kills off all of the disease and burns up all of the decay that's going on in the forest, but it also punches holes through the canopy of the forest so that sunlight can reach the forest floor, and those seeds are able to germinate and grow. And they're the pine cones, many of them don't even open unless they're exposed to extreme heat. So it is destructive and it is uncomfortable, but it's the catalyst to so much abundance and growth. There are sunflowers on this card, which are a symbol of many opportunities being opened up to you. And I think through this transformation, you're going to have clarity so that you can move forward. The Knight of Swords is talking about getting a new way of thinking and communicating, being able to speak our truth to others. But the swords are the fastest moving energies. So where you feel like you possibly don't have enough time to work on your shadow is kind of the energy I'm getting. Or maybe this is self-care. Maybe you're working all the time and you never take a break and you don't have time for that. Spirit is saying you don't have time to not dedicate to this, because if you don't go and do the healing and you don't allow yourself to work through some of the things that are holding you back, you're never going to get to this epiphany that's going to actually help catapult you forward at a faster rate. You're going to go slower by going through all of this transition the way that you want to do it. And it might also mean that you're having to possibly be authentic with people in a way that you haven't in the past, and that can be very scary. And you might be revealing a truth about yourself to others and they may not understand you. You might lose some people, or you might lose some opportunities, but that's just your perception, because those opportunities were never meant for you. They were just the things that you were seeing in the physical. You have to remember there's all kinds of blessings that haven't been revealed to you yet, because the forest fire has to take place. Allow the fire to cleanse and purify you so that you can have that growth. They just keep reminding me back, or bringing me back to this snake, and they keep saying no one expects a three-headed snake. And I'm not entirely sure what they're saying. This might be that you're a triple threat. This might be talking about how you need to shift and change in all areas of your life because you have so much to offer. You're the triple threat. No one is expecting this from you. But once you go through this transformation, this glow up, if you will, you are going to be unstoppable, which is so exciting. Now I want to find out basically what you don't see, because I think to a certain degree you kind of already know what I'm talking about, but what is it that you're missing that you don't see about this situation? Oh my God, you just got the Fortune card. Yes, there is a major transformation that's going to be taking place for you creatively, where you want to be living off of your passions. You want that to be your full-time gig where you're making money and you're recognized for what you bring to the table. You're recognized as being an expert in some field or being truly gifted in some way, and you are going about things the conventional way, and that's never going to work. You need to go about things in an unconventional way. Do the healing, prioritize that, or if it's not like shadow work, it might be like take a day off, whatever it is that you need to do to feel grounded. And that is what's going to open up these amazing opportunities for you. This is card number 5. You're fighting this to a certain degree. But we've got the Sun and Leo on this card. You have this natural charisma and magnetism that will make you a star. You have to take a risk. You have to take a risk. I think that you have been burned in the past. I think maybe you've taken risks in the past. There's 3 stars on this tree. Oh my God, you are a triple threat. You have taken risks in the past and it hasn't worked out for you. There is Saturn on this card, which is sort of that slow progress. Oftentimes it's connected back to us working through our own shadow, past life energy that we have to unlock and release. But once you do that, put the key in the lock. Just deal with it. I know that it sucks. I hate doing it too. I get upset when I have to consistently do shadow work over and over and over again. And it's like, it feels like it's never ending. But after every, bout of shadow work, there's always a breakthrough. There's always a miracle. There's always something that made it worth it. And you're being led in a particular direction towards something great, something that's in alignment with your life purpose. That's card number 1. It's something with this 8 that you've been working on for multiple lifetimes as well. So what else are they not seeing? Whoop. Oh, jeez. Okay, 1 second. Oh, you got the card empathy. So you may be an empath where you can pick up on other people's energy and feelings, and you get sort of drained. Your energy gets drained by other people. You might not recognize that it's happening though until it's sort of too late. You just may not be comfortable around crowds as a result of that. You may also have clear audience, because this particular card always makes me think of that. And this also reduces down to the number 3. This is card, this is card number 3. Well, it's card number 12. It reduces down to the number 3. And you had card 21. There's just 3. Oh my God, this is card number 3. This is also card number 12. Reducing down to the number 3. This is card number 8. This is card number 10, but that reduces down to the number 1. This is wild. Yes, you've been working on something for many, many lifetimes. Now it's time for you to finally step into the power of this and get the blessing that you've been working on for all these lifetimes. And if you don't believe in past lives, that is totally okay. This is something you've been working on diligently in many different ways in this life. But you have to find empathy for self as well and allow yourself to rejuvenate when necessary. Not everyone's the same, right? Some people can be around others nonstop and they never feel tired. Some people don't pick up on other people's emotions, and that may keep them at a high energy level, but they don't get the benefit of knowing what people are thinking and feeling without them verbalizing it. You have to think about everything from both points of view. You got the manipulation card, also number 8, and there's Jupiter as well as Scorpio on this card. And so you are, I think, stepping into a point in time where you're going to have increased psychic abilities. Your intuition is going to increase. You're going to be able to see when people are manipulating you, but you're also going to be able to play your cards right, or, plan your moves ahead. You got the decision card, and this has Gemini, and it also has Mars on it. And there's a chessboard. You're going to be able to see exactly when you need to make the right move so that you align with these people that will be able to collaborate with you or support your work, this breakthrough that you need. You got the practicality card and also the seduction card. So you are a very seductive person. I think a lot of people find you very attractive. They all eyes on you. That might make you actually feel a little uncomfortable. You might be in a position right now where you're already kind of doing this work, but you don't want to be in front of the camera. And that's totally okay. Just own that then. If you don't want to be in front of the camera, fine. But don't feel like that's not enough. or there's some reason to feel shame about that. I have no idea why I was guided to be in front of the camera. To be perfectly honest, I feel like it's me working through my own shadow, because sometimes I feel very uncomfortable and vulnerable because there's nowhere to hide. And honestly, I have to be on for the whole reading, because I can't just like pause the reading and like do piles on different days. I have to just go through and do it the entire way through. And it can be exhausting, but I feel like that's part of what I'm learning. So, you know, if you feel like it could be a benefit to you, maybe you want to come out in front of the camera. And if it doesn't feel like it would be a benefit to you, that's fine. Just own who you are, right? You are needing to embrace your natural talents is what is coming through. And get practical about what opportunities are around you. What do you have at your disposal that you can use to help get the ball rolling for yourself? Okay, so that is what you're missing. So let me see if I can get you some additional guidance on things that you can do right now to sort of take care of the tower, or to, whoa, whoops. Oh my God. Okay, they're saying that's enough. You just got the tower again. 2 towers. Wow. This is some powerful energy. And you also, this is insane. This is wild, wild, wild. So you might have been coming from another pile. I won't mention which pile, but you might have been coming from another pile. But you got the 3 of Pentacles. You are definitely going to be collaborating with other people. People that are definitely in a position of power and prestige. The Queen of Wands, I always considered to be an influencer. That's kind of the energy I get from her. An entrepreneur, someone who is comfortable being in the spotlight. And I feel like by working with people like that, you are also going to become more confident and comfortable in the spotlight, because ultimately I feel like that's where you're destined to be. You may end up collaborating or connecting with someone that you knew from the past. Maybe this is somebody that you already know, but you're going to have so much passion for what you're doing in the future. So whatever this collaboration is, or this connection, it's going to bring so much passion. And it's also going to be an even trade. Like, you are not going to be doing all of the work, is what I'm getting. But what you need to be doing is really focusing on the shadow. Where is it that you're feeling vulnerable, and why are you feeling vulnerable? Is there a reason why you feel like this can't be yours, or you need to hide something is the energy I'm getting? You don't need to hide anything. I definitely get the sense that this tower is a positive tower. This could also be indicating that there is a secret coming forward that's positive. Like, that could be this tower. Like, someone is going to reach out to you to collaborate that is kind of an icon, is what I'm getting. So someone that you've had a lot of passion, or someone that you've really wanted to work with, might end up reaching out to you. And then all of a sudden, that's what takes you to the next level. But you have to be comfortable with what needs to go as well, because you can't gain anything without losing something. Everything is always an even trade. So keep that in mind, actually, with every action that you take in your life. Nothing comes for free. So if you feel like you can get away with something and there won't be any repercussions, unfortunately, that's not the case. Now, of course, I'm not saying that to scare you. For some reason, this is coming forward. So maybe it's the reverse. Maybe you're feeling like others have taken advantage of you. No, 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 no. They might not get their, the universe might not come calling in front of you, right? You might not know what happens to them, but ultimately every debt has to be paid, is what I need to say. And so don't worry about what happens with them. I promise you, everything will be balanced out. So now I would like to know what you need to be watching out for. What is going to be the catalyst, or what's going to be the sign that everything is about to change for you for the better, and you're going to start getting what you want because you're already conjuring this into your life. Okay, let's see. You got your commitment is being tested. That is definitely the way that the universe works. How badly do you want it? Or if you're trying to build a business or you're trying to build a following on a platform, how badly do you want it? Because it's like right before like the energy shifts and things start moving in your favor, you're gonna get to the point where you're like, I hate this, I never want to do this anymore, this is terrible, why would you do this to me? You'll get so frustrated. No one is immune from this, including myself. There's so many times when I'm like, I can't do it any longer, please just stop. Or I get really angry, like I'm not perfect, but without a doubt, the energy always shifts. So even in those moments, like now I don't typically get to the point where I'm like really at my wit's end because I know the pattern. It's like tide comes in, tide goes out. So you're kind of like at the precipice of change. You just need to hang on a little bit longer. It's time to take action. Wow. Okay. So, well, maybe pile number 2 that you need to be reaching out, maybe even secretly sort of watching someone that you really would like to work with, and you've been sort of holding back, or maybe you are holding back and you are thinking about revealing your feelings to somebody, and you're being guided to take action, be courageous. Like take those steps forward. What else can you tell me about? One final card for what does pile number 2 need to know? Or okay, this one. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. So whatever is sort of, embedded in your heart that's sort of causing you to, maybe this tower happened in the past and you're still sort of like fearful, like it's looming behind you, and towers are painful. So when you're feeling like things might be on the precipice of change, you might be thinking like, if you break my heart one more time, I am gonna not be able to recover from it. But the energy that you're feeling building is a positive. Like this is definitely positive tower energy. This is not negative energy. This is you getting a great shock, but something that's fulfilling and beautiful, and it's all going to be worth it. But you need to release the negativity, embrace your inner goddess, your feminine energy, and allow that energy to heal you. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to know how this resonated for you. If you could fill me in the comments, that would be amazing. Or you could like the video, or maybe share it with someone you know that might enjoy this. And if any of you guys are interested in working with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings, spiritual coaching. I do channel messages from your spirit guides. I do past life readings, and I also do Reiki. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 3, welcome back. So you picked the Sage bundle, and you also picked this little piece of mirror, and I want to let you know, in case you missed the intro, this is a special collaboration with Alyssa from Celtic Fairy Tarot. So I'm going to be looking at what your inner sorceress is conjuring, and she's going to be looking at what your inner alchemist is healing. So definitely check out her half of the reading as well, and wish her a happy birthday. Today is her birthday. So let's find out what your inner sorceress is conjuring. You've got the Vessel, followed by Strength, Isis, rebirth. Athena, knowledge. Mouse, you're overlooking some important details, so pay close attention to what's going on. Cheetah, get clear on your intentions. Stay focused and move quickly to achieve your goal. Oh. Four of Swords. Six of Swords. Cooperation. Deception. And then you've got wishes come true, rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. And love charm, attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. Oh my God, lovely. Pile number 3, this is beautiful. So, obviously, it's clear that one of the things that you are conjuring is a lover, or this could also be talking about a really deep friendship. You are rapidly manifesting this into your life, and I think that you are going through a major rebirth. I think that you are finding your own strength, and you have been gifted knowledge. You've been doing some shadow work, likely, where you have deeper knowledge of yourself and you know your own strengths and what you're bringing to the table. You're overcoming that inner voice that sort of puts you down or causes you to question your capabilities. You're overcoming that and you're getting into alignment. This is card number 25, which reduces down to the number 7. And 7 is talking about that alignment because we have 7 primary chakras and we have 7 colors of the rainbow. And the Athena card is number 5, so that's talking about that conflict I mentioned. Now, what I do feel like is going to be taking place is you are one. I think many of you are conjuring some shift and change in your physical body. So you may be going through some sort of glow up, or you're stepping into your authentic self. You're showing the world your true colors, and you're going to wear the clothes you want to wear, and you're going to have crazy colors of hair if you feel like it. You're going to get the tattoo or get the piercing. You're going to just like show yourself without any apologies. There may also be a shift in your strength. Some of you might be working out and preparing to participate maybe in some physical activity, like I'm getting like a marathon or something like that, like you're training for something and you're getting stronger. And for others of you, you're getting the mental strength together to prepare for some sort of collaboration. So maybe this has something to do with creativity, and some of you, it might have something to do with career or maybe a business, diligently working with other people. But through this process, you are going to come to a point where you have more clarity about other people's intentions, because I feel like you're stepping into a place where you're really going to start shining and you're going to have rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes, which I think is then ultimately likely going to align you with this lover or this best friend energy that I picked up on. And there are going to be people that may not necessarily be happy for you. They may be lying to your face, like causing you to doubt yourself, not because they actually think you're going to fail, but because they're afraid that you're going to succeed. And if you succeed, either you're going to leave them behind, or they feel somehow it's going to make them not seem as special, you know, like they feel like if other people achieve, somehow they fail, which is their own self-limiting beliefs, and they have low self-confidence. So it's really, really sad. And I feel like you're gonna get clarity with this cheetah card. It says you're gonna have increased intuition so that you can take action towards your goals. But I feel like as you get that clarity so that you can have that rapid movement, you're going to start to see that there's been, you know, people possibly even talking behind your back, because the mice in the Lenormand deck, which is another divination system, is often talking about people sort of being deceptive and talking behind your back or coming in and sort of sabotaging you know, your progress. They're planting seeds of doubt, or they're gnawing away at you. And I feel like you're also conjuring a place where you can rest and recuperate so that you can get to a place where you can find the strength to release the baggage, like the Six of Swords is talking about. Maybe some of you are in a relationship, or maybe it's a best friend as well, where they're like, you're never going to find anyone better than me. Like they might not literally say exactly what I just said. They may be, you know, saying something that sort of has that same meaning, and, you know, sort of laughing at your expense, like, and then saying things like, oh, you know, I was just joking, but meanwhile all the jokes are at your expense and they're making you feel like hot garbage. That's not cool. And I think that you're going to get to a place where you release these people, because you are meant to have so much more than this. You're meant to be in a loving relationship. Like, that's on the horizon for you. You're meant to have rapid achievement of your wishes and dreams. So I want to get a couple more cards and find out kind of what you're overlooking. Like, what are you not aware of in terms of this you know, conjuring that you're creating in your life? What are you missing? What are you not seeing? Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So, one, I don't think that you're recognizing how much information you're actually getting through your intuition. You've got the intuition card. The cheetah card was also talking about intuition. You also got the secrets card, which has number 8 on it, which I always associate with past life energy. And you completing cycles. You probably have a whole bunch of different gifts that you're bringing forward, either from earlier phases of this life or past life energy, and you know, you have the answers. Like, you know, things that maybe you're in denial of. Like, you possibly can read people's energy, so they're smiling to your face and they're saying, yes, you know, we believe in you or we support you, but then behind all of that, you can feel in their energy that really they're not happy for you at all. Listen to that. Don't self-doubt yourself. Like, you really do have a gift, and that gift that can come out for you to guide you towards your goals and dreams can also protect you from people that don't have your best interest at heart. Like, you have a revenge card. I really feel like there are people that are trying to sabotage you and that they don't have your best interest at heart. This also has infidelity on the card. I have to say it, because there might be somebody that's watching this that you've been wondering if your partner is being unfaithful, and they're telling you no, everything is fine, but they're acting suspicious or they're being mean to you. There is definitely something going on. And when I say infidelity, it could be something that is linked with like physical intimacy, but they could just be talking behind your back, spreading rumors or saying negative things about you, or they're, you know, telling people that they don't really believe in your idea, and then you wonder why all of a sudden the people that said that they were going to invest in your product or support you, they pull out and they say they don't have the extra cash, that kind of stuff, because your partner told them that you didn't have what it takes, that kind of thing. And you need to move away from that, because there is somebody that's being lined up for you, and I get the sense that they already are in love with you, or they already have a crush on you. Like, you might already know this person, or at least they know you, That's strongly coming forward. And I feel like they are watching you from the shadows, but not in a creepy sense. That sometimes the channeled messages come out and I'm like, that sounds so creepy. They don't mean it that way. What they mean is that they might be watching your progress and your success, but they're not actively in your life. So maybe they're watching your business succeed, or they're watching your social media and they're a fan of yours, or they're a friend, but they haven't disclosed that they actually have these feelings for you. You are so capable. You're so good at organizing things and keeping everything like on track. And that's what's really going to help you, because not only are you organized, and I think you have a good mind for business, or you have a good mind for whatever it is you're trying to do. So if it isn't a business, then maybe you're just amazingly organized and skilled with your craft, or you're very dedicated and, you know, preparing for this marathon. You always end up going to the gym. You stay on track. There's something about you being organized and ordered that's the key. Then you got the originality card. You're different. You're unique. You have a unique way of thinking, and that's going to be the key to your success. If it isn't some business that you want to do, maybe it's this personal style I was picking up on. Maybe that's what's going to get you recognition, and people are really going to start gravitating towards you because they see how original you are. And that's going to bring you into alignment with this person that's secretly in love with you. Or this could also be talking about you having a past life connection. So like they're in love with you, but they don't even know you yet, because it's like your souls are in love. That probably sounds really weird to many of you that are deeply spiritual. But have you ever had this sense where you were like, I know that there's like a love out there for me? Like you just can't seem to get away from the inner knowledge that true love really does exist, even though I get the sense that you have not experienced that unconditional love yet in this lifetime, where you really connect with someone, you have the same interests, or they sort of like balance you out, like you both bring different things to the table, and as a result of that, everything is covered. Like if you're not able to do something, they're able to do it, and you balance out the responsibilities. But you kind of like know that that's what you're looking for, and like there's part of you that's like, I know this exists. It's because it does exist, and you have had it in past lives, where your higher self knows that this is what you're destined to have in this life. You got the fulfillment card. You're going to be so fulfilled. I think not just in terms of love, but like in terms of the financial success that you have in this life. I think that you have the potential to bring forward this really unconventional, original idea that you're going to launch as a business, some sort of product possibly, or maybe you have your own creative work that is just going to be like brought, I don't know, they keep talking about being brought into the spotlight, so I'm not entirely sure what you're doing, but right now you're in a state of indecision. You're afraid to come out of the shadows. You're afraid for people to see you. So this might be a situation where you write beautiful music or you sing, but you only do it in your own house, and you don't let anyone hear your stuff, or you only do it for family, or you run. Like you are so fast, but you are afraid to like do a marathon because you're like, what if I fail? Just do it. Like you're so, talented and skilled, and you're keeping yourself from having true success and fulfillment and feeling true joy. You got the enthusiasm card, and it has Sagittarius and the sun on this card. This is the direction you need to be going in to bring that happiness and joy, that complete fulfillment into your life. You're just overlooking it. You're not seeing how the stars will align for you, is what I'm being told. So what advice do you have for pile number 3? What do they need to do to get into this this energy of success and growth and love and all the beautiful things that you're letting pile 3 know is around the corner for them that they are conjuring. Like, that's the key. Like, you want this. You're conjuring it. This is something you want, but you are afraid to take action on it. Okay, let's see. Card on the floor. You got the 4 of Swords again. You got the 4 of Swords, and you also got the 4 of Cups. So the 4 of Cups to me is telling me that your intuition is talking to you. It's telling you that, I think it's telling you that you need to rest and recuperate. I think that you're still doing a lot of things for other people. You're running yourself ragged. That's what I'm being told. And you aren't allowing yourself to delegate and prioritize the things that bring you fulfillment. You are still taking on the responsibility of others. And with the 7 of Cups, you need to be mindful of the decisions that you're making. What are you saying yes to? Don't say yes to everything thinking that that is somehow going to open up the right doors for you, because all it's doing is taking your attention away from the things that really need your focus. Right now, you need to withdraw. You need to go within, like the hermit, and start thinking about what are the most important things in your life. Start asking yourself, what's the key to your own happiness? The Hierophant is talking about possibly even connecting with somebody who is a person of authority. This could be talking about watching pick a card readings and getting clarity. This could be talking to a counselor or a therapist or a teacher or a friend, like a confidant that really has great advice and is always giving you the right guidance and really understands you. This could be connecting with your own guides. But there is knowledge that's going to come through to you once you start to rest and recuperate and withdraw from anything that makes you feel terrible. So I would say the people that make you question yourself, I would put distance between yourself and them for now. I am not saying that you have to cut everyone out of your life. You just need to take some time for yourself. And I was just told that you're going to feel selfish if you do that. But you're no good to anyone if you are completely exhausted. I mention this a lot when I'm doing my readings, but what do they always say when you get on an airplane? They tell you to put your own oxygen mask on first so that you are in a position to be able to help others. So do that now. Put your own oxygen mask on yourself, then you're going to be able to help others. You got the Queen of Pentacles, or the Devotee of Pentacles in this card, and the Chariot. So you're going to be able to get in tune with your divine feminine energy. What are you going to be able to grow? What kind of harvest do you want to have? You're also going to connect with your own inner beauty, and then maybe connect with your exterior beauty as well. I see the Queen of Pentacles as the most beautiful of the queens. I believe that she is connected to Mother Nature. And there is so much beauty that comes through Mother Nature. And once you clear out this energy, clear out the things that are holding you back, that are making you feel negative about yourself, like the 6 of Swords was talking about, and you get balanced and you feel like you can breathe again, that's when the energy moves forward. The Chariot, where everything is balanced, you release the self-limiting beliefs and you can move towards your abundance and all of the, I think all of these wonderful achievements that are just waiting for you. So let me get some final cards that'll tell me a little bit about what you can expect to see once things start to shift for you. Like, what should pile number 3 be watching out for? What are some signs, or what should they be watching out for that are signs that the energy is going to shift for them? What else would you like pile number 3 to know? Okay, Virgo. first off, you're very close to achieving your goal. So this is imminent. You are very, very close. And the Chariot is fast moving energy, and the cheetah, obviously, fastest land mammal. So you are very close to achieving your goal. Now, the key is going to be work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. You have to kind of face your own fears, and that might be facing hard truths about people that you love, maybe facing hard truths about the things that you say to yourself, though, as well, and releasing that energy. And then finally, confidence is key. New moon in Leo. You are a star. You are meant to shine. You are meant to be seen and be, I just heard to be represented. So maybe you're part of a community that has no representation or needs your particular flavor of representation. Maybe you're spinning something and you're showing it in a new light, and it's needed. It's part of your life purpose, and you just have to overcome the fear. There's definitely strong energy about you coming out of the moon energy, because Isis is rebirth, and then moving into this enthusiasm Leo sun energy where you're going to be seen. Wow, this is so exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated for you. I would love to know your thoughts on it. If you want to leave me a comment, that would be amazing. Or you could like the video, possibly share it if you know someone who might be interested in seeing this as well. Definitely check out Alyssa's half of this reading. And if any of you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, you can go to my website, odessamal.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings, I do spiritual coaching, Reiki, I can channel messages from your spirit guides, and I also do past life readings. So if you have any questions about that, you can also go to my website. There is a contact me form, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. And I hope I see you guys in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 4, welcome back. So you picked the Palo Santo with the Queen Anne's lace, as well as the selenite stick. And in case you missed the intro, this is a special collaboration with Alyssa from Celtic Fairy Tarot. I'm going to be looking into what your inner sorceress is conjuring. She's going to be looking into what your inner alchemist is healing. So definitely check out her half of this reading as well. And please make sure to wish her a happy birthday, because today is her birthday. So let's dive into these cards and find out what your inner sorceress is conjuring. So the first card that you got is the Heart, followed by the Blasted Tower, Mary with Miracles, Iris, Communication, Carrotwind, Potential, the Honeybee, let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. Wolverine, you're a lot tougher than you think you are. The Five of Wands, Ace of Cups, the Emperor, Breathe, Voice, and Perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. Okay, so pile number 4. With this Blasted Tower, it definitely looks like you have gone through or are currently going through some really difficult changes. There has been some sort of great shock that has taken place in your life that has really pulled the foundation out from underneath you. There might have been some really dramatic shifts and changes in your life. Things that you thought would be in your life forever are starting to fade away or move out of your life, or you're starting to question whether you want them any longer. It definitely feels to me like there has been an energy of conflict with this Five of Wands, And then there was also the Wolverine card talking about how you're tougher than you think you are. And there has been this energy where you need to find compassion and forgive. That needs to be your top priority. So it definitely feels to me like possibly someone betrayed you is what's coming forward, and that might not resonate for all of you, but you may even feel like you betrayed yourself to a certain degree. It feels to me like you are trying to get into an energy where you feel confident and empowered. You would like to become like the emperor, where you are able to use all of your skills and talents, and you can create a life where you're the leader of your life, and you're recognized and you're celebrated, and you are able to indulge in the things that bring you joy, and financially you are receiving rewards as a result of that. I think that this is a particularly interesting Emperor card with the lion. So there is that symbol of leadership, but there's also, I'm not entirely sure, it actually kind of looks like a vulture to me that's on the windowsill. I mean, it could be a raven. Either way, both are related to the energy of death. So this is indicating to me that there will have to be something lost in order for something to be gained, but I believe that it's going to be well worth it. You may be in this energy where you're still feeling conflicted. Maybe there's people that are telling you that you're never going to be able to achieve what you want to achieve, that you're weak, but you are so much stronger than you think you are. You can get through any storm, and there are miracles that are waiting to happen for you. The universe wants to open doorways to you, and there's going to be new relationships that come into your life, possibly romantic, possibly these will be new friends or colleagues, people that you can collaborate with, work with, like the honeybee. But it could be a new relationship with self, because with this honeybee card, I am strongly getting this sense that you have to forgive yourself, that there's something that you feel like you didn't do, or there's something that you did do that you're remorseful or you're regretful of, and you did the very best that you could at that time. There was no way that you could have made a different decision, because you were destined to learn a particular lesson, and you learned it, and now it's time for you to move on. I know that when we go through painful situations like the tower, it can definitely feel like if we only had made this decision, or if we had only done that, then maybe this wouldn't have happened. But when the tower comes, it's major arcana. There is nothing you could have done to change it, because it's part of the key points in your life plan. You can change other things. You have free will, and ultimately, even the major things like the major arcana, you have the opportunity to change the way you're reacting to something or thinking about something. So that's where your free will comes in. But you can't change the circumstances of what was going to occur, because it was the catalyst that was helping you to transform and get into a position where you could have this Ace of Cups, this brand new beginning. You have so much potential. You have so many gifts and skills, but you talk to yourself in a way that is defeating. You don't believe that you have the skills that you need to be able to achieve your goals. And I think, like I said before, there are lots of different voices, possibly voices from the past that aren't even people that you're still around, but the things that they said are like locked into your brain, and they repeat over and over and over again. So even if the person isn't there, you do the work for them, because you allow that energy to still circulate in your mind. Now, of course, you're not actively saying, hey, let me pull up a memory from the past that's going to make me feel like hot garbage. Let's go there. You don't do that. It's just you go with the flow of what's coming forward. But I think that what Spirit is saying is that you have the potential to take control of your own mind and your own thoughts and start to sort of breathe through the discomfort. Like, okay, when, like, I used to have a lot of problems with anxiety, and I'm sort of feeling this, like, feeling in my chest. And what would happen is the bad memories or the low vibrational thoughts, the negative things would just start coming, and it would be like an avalanche of negative thoughts, one thing to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Before I knew it, I was like riddled with anxiety, and I didn't know how to self-soothe. And I had to teach myself, because unfortunately my parents didn't teach me how to do that, because their parents didn't teach them how to do that, and likely my great-grandparents never taught my grandparents how to do that, so how could they teach my parents, and my parents couldn't teach me, right? Intergenerational trauma. And so I had to learn on my own. And I read books, and I saw a therapist, and I worked with different healers, and I tried different techniques. And what worked for me was I would walk outside, I would take a break, I would disconnect from what I was doing. The other thing I did was I started practicing yoga, which helps you to focus on the breath. That's part of the exercise. And I didn't start off with really intense yoga. It was very calm, peaceful yoga, just about stretching, and then I built up to something that was more about endurance. And in those moments, I also would have safeties that I started to enact. So when I started to find myself going down that rabbit hole of anxiety, I would redirect my thoughts to something that was really positive. For me, it's my dogs. Always redirect to the dogs. No way that's going to get me into a state of anxiety, because they're my safety space. They are my best friends. They give me comfort no matter what. And I have other things that I go to that I've mentioned this before. Coffee. I love coffee. I probably drink too much of it, but I really love it. So I will think about that, or I'll go and get myself a special coffee, you know? Like, I'll just take the opportunity to walk outside. Do I have a coffee maker? Of course. I still will walk down to a coffee shop and order myself something special. It takes me out of that moment, and I'm able to like self-soothe. Basically, I'm able to reduce my own anxiety, and there's many other things. And some of the things I just suggested to you may not work for you. You might have to try different things. Ice on the back of your neck instantly can calm your nervous system. It really works. If you've never tried it, just an ice cube on the back of your neck inside a tea towel, you will definitely feel a change. Or put the ice right on your neck, right? It definitely helps, but it's a matter of like taking control and changing that pattern, so you're not repeating the same things, because it's like that old saying, like, you know, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. We all do that though, but of course we're not going to get different results if we are putting in, you know, the same actions. We have to adjust and change things. And it's sometimes difficult to try new things, and we have to persevere. You have to keep going even when you stumble. And like, this is all a journey. Like, there are so many days when myself and every other healer you've ever met, all of the people that are providing you with guidance and advice, we have good days and we have bad days. We're not perfect all the time. And even with all of these little, you know, steps that we take, sometimes we fall off the wagon and we, you know, indulge in the crazy making, you know, like we make ourselves crazy. We all do that. And then we get back on the horse, right? You get back into alignment with what is going to work for you, or you try something else if that technique isn't working any longer. But you have to persevere, having that motivation to keep going, and have a gentle heart with yourself. Some of the people that hurt you, you may need to come to a place of forgiveness for them. I'm not saying you have to bring them back into your life. That's not the same thing as finding forgiveness. Forgiving the situation is releasing the expectations, releasing the anger and the pain, so that you can stop suffering. And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a long time. There are situations in my life, specifically people in my life that were really supposed to be there for me and care for me, that have never been there for me and never will be there for me. And it has taken me decades to get to a place where finally I'm like, okay, I release. I forgive. I see the fact that this person is never going to be able to meet the expectation I have because they aren't spiritually able to do what I need them to do. And if they were, I think that they would make that choice, because I think that neither of us are benefiting from this situation. And I forgive them. And then I released. You know, like I don't have that expectation. We don't have that relationship that I would like to have, right? I don't go there. I don't try and have that relationship anymore. I redirected that energy towards the people that could be there for me. And it's sad. It's sad because some of the people that I've had to do that with are the people that are supposed to be there for me no matter what. But it is what it is. This is the life that I wrote for myself, or this is the life plan I have. And I accept that. I accept it. So let's get a couple more cards and find out what you guys are missing. Like, what are you not realizing about this situation? Because I have a feeling that for many of you, you already have kind of an idea of what I'm talking about in terms of what you're conjuring. So what are you not aware of? What is pile number 4 not aware of in terms of what they're conjuring? Interesting. Okay, so you got the rebellion card, the risk card, enthusiasm, originality, appreciation, practicality, enterprise. You guys are so skilled. You're original thinkers. You have ideas that don't come to other people. You likely have pronounced psychic abilities where you just have, thoughts that pop into your head that are really inspired and unique. You may be very artistic. You may be able to really express yourself through a non-traditional way. And you have the enterprise card. Like, this is something where you're able to use your original thinking and actually apply it in a way that could literally make you money, or could plant seeds for the future for yourself or for others. You can help guide other people forward. It will bring in abundance. There's Jupiter on this card. And this is card 11. This is card number 1. This is card number 11. This is card number 1. This is card number 10. So end of a cycle reduces down to the number 1. This is card number 9. This is card number 5. Conflict. That's what's coming out here. You got this 5 of Wands. Potential. 9. Enthusiasm. Like, you're at the precipice of the cycle shifting and ending, and you falling into alignment not only with who you are on the other side, your higher self, which is the amalgamation of all of your life's experience, all of your past lives. It's the version of you that remembers everything. But 11 is talking about your life purpose. So you're going to be going against the norm when you move forward with your life purpose. You're going to have to take a bit of a risk. You're going to have to be either possibly taking a risk like you're doing something unconventional, or you're going to have to take a risk where maybe you're going to have to be open with people that might not like what you have to say or what you're trying to express. Like, they might not like you being different. And it could be that, like, there's a larger group of people that are like, I don't like you wearing that, or I don't like you, being part of, that field, or having that political opinion. It might be like something that's outside of your like small community or your family, but it might also just be your family is like really religious and they don't understand that you are more spiritual and maybe you're more pagan or you have a different way of, you know, loving people, or, you know, like there's plenty of different ways that this could manifest, but you're gonna have to like possibly go up against people that are going to try and fight you and might be quite threatening. And I don't necessarily mean in a physical sense. I think that it threatens you because you don't want to disappoint people. You don't want to lose people. But by taking that risk, you're going to gain so much. You're going to be a leader, I think. You're going to be this sort of like warrior where, one, you're going to learn how to put up strong boundaries, and then you're going to sort of like be this figurehead that's a little bit rebellious. And I think that other people that have that same desire are going to look to you and feel inspired. And I do think that you're going to be quite practical about how you apply this to your life. I don't think you're going to be reckless. There's a difference between being original, enterprising, and rebellion, and just being like foolish and careless. You're not going to be careless. This isn't a situation where you're not thinking through the like different steps and you're not mindful of the consequences. No, you're practical. You are going to be grounded in what you're doing, but you're going to take the road less traveled, and it's going to bring you so much success. You got the enthusiasm card, which I connect with being in the public eye and people really recognizing you and loving you, and you did get the appreciation card. So this has a cornucopia on it, which is a symbol of complete abundance. I think that whereas it's going to take a little bit of energy to get past the fear, ultimately, if you can do that, everything is going to start working out in your favor, and you're going to actually wonder why you didn't do this earlier. I think you really are going to be like, I don't think in a negative way though, or at least I hope not. When it happens, I hope that you can just embrace the fact that everything is in divine timing, and it wouldn't have worked out the same way if you had taken active steps and moved faster, because there's a whole bunch of different honeybee, a whole bunch of worker bees that need to do their little piece of the puzzle before things are ready for you. There's a whole bunch of bees on this card as well. So just keep that in mind, that you couldn't have fast-tracked it. So just, you know, be happy with the progress that you have. Okay, so yeah, what's my next question? My next question is, what does pile number 4 need to know? What do they need to like be doing to sort of move towards this change? What does pile number 4 need to do to move towards this change? Oh, wow. Oh my God, you got such great cards. This is so powerful. There's so many major arcana here. You got 4 major arcana. And then this is wild. You got the Queen and the King of Cups, and you got the 2 of Pentacles. So if this is a situation where you're having conflict in a relationship, that looks like that's going to be coming to an end, where you're going to be finding balance. This could also be talking about you finding balance within yourself, between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy that you hold inside your own heart, and you're going to have a heart opening. This could also be talking about in the future, when you complete this cycle in the towers in the distant past, you will meet up with your divine counterpart, somebody who can match your energy for love. And right now, what you need to do is do some of the shadow work. You need to sort of heal the past and look within And be honest with yourself. Try and play devil's advocate against yourself when you're feeling anxious or when you're cutting yourself down. We all do it. There is times when I'm like, what am I even doing? And I know that I'm skilled. I know that I'm on the right track, right? But we all have those moments of weakness. And I try and not hang on to that. I try and say, okay, whatever. I wasn't feeling great in that moment. That's okay. Now I'm feeling better and I forgive myself and I'm going to move towards love. Or I'm going to dive in deeper and I'm going to say, oh, why did I get triggered in that moment? Or why do I feel that way? I'm going to try and look at it a little bit deeper and try and understand it, right? Not to shame myself. The conclusion that I have might still be that I feel, triggered right now because this person is being nasty to me. Well, then if that's the truth, what's my next step? Well, boundaries. Keep that person at a distance because I don't deserve that kind of behavior. And that's my boundary. I'm not going to ask them to treat me nicely. I am just going to distance myself from them. And once they are treating me nicely, then maybe I will allow them closer. But at this point in time, they don't deserve to be closer to me because they're proving that they're a threat to me. You have the Emperor again. Like, you are going through a transition from this Tower where you're going to become empowered. This is what you're conjuring. And the world is talking about the completion of a major cycle. This is talking about you finally falling into alignment with your dreams and goals where you get the payoff. Yes, there's going to be some broken eggs along the way, but you're going to get all of the good karma that's owed to you. And you got the Chariot. This is really fast-paced energy that's balanced. And it's a move away from that Saturn energy that can make us end up in a lot of karmic cycles, and we have to sort of like diligently work towards our goals, and we feel like we're just sort of trudging along and things aren't moving at the speed we want until finally you hit that point when this cycle ends. You raise your vibration and it's just all of this Jupiter blessings energy that comes forward to you. So that's all you need to keep in mind is don't shy away from your own shadow, and all of this balance and beautiful abundance and growth and stability will be yours. Okay, so what are going to be the signs for pile number 4 when this balance is coming in, when this cycle ends? What do they need to be looking out for? Okay, cool. So the first 2 cards you got are adjustments are required. 3rd quarter moon. And believe in the impossible. Yes, believe in yourself. You have everything that you need to achieve your goals. It's just a matter of overcoming the self-limiting beliefs. Try sleep affirmations. They were a game changer for me. Honestly, they saved my life. And I didn't listen to them every night. Sometimes they would wake me up and I would turn them off in the middle of the night. But they're free on YouTube and they can really help you to change the neural pathways in your own brain. You go to particular thoughts that are low vibrational or negative or self-defeating because somewhere along the lines, that's what you were surrounded by. Other people had those thoughts and it changed the chemistry in your brain so that your neural pathways were wired a certain way, but you can rewire those neural pathways to move towards the positive, but you have to be giving more positive input in versus negative to change that pathway. So that's where the sleep affirmations really help. And you have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Things are moving in the right direction for you. Just start working on these adjustments and before you know it, you're gonna be the emperor and everything will be smooth sailing for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to know your thoughts if you want to share it in the comments section. If you could like or share this video with other people that might get benefit from these messages, that would be amazing. And definitely check out Alyssa's half of this reading. And if any of you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my services and booking information are available there. I do tarot card readings, spiritual coaching, Reiki, channeled messages from your spirit guides, and I also do past life readings. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care.